This is Brandon's great-grandmother, my mother. Mama, do me a favor. Tell me, when you first met Brandon, well, you knew of your grandson, your great-grandson, but when you first saw Brandon, when was it? And tell me about it, please.
Okay, when I first saw Brandon, I think Brandon was about 6 months old, and when he came to Louisiana. And Brandon, to me, was developing normally as a 6-month-old child would develop. But shortly after that, something happened. We don't know exactly what happened. He used to say bye, and if you would get in front of him while he's looking at TV, he would kick his leg out and so on.
Yeah, I remember that.
But Brandon started developing certain little traits and stuff, and I told...
You remember how old he was, or?
He was, I think, about 9 months, or maybe toward the year, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he had just started walking.
So he walked at 13 months old.
Okay, so it was around 13 months, and I told Lynn, I said, I'm noticing something, and because I have worked at the school for exceptional children, and I have been around children with autism, and I noticed how Brandon was stimming when the fan was on.
The ceiling fan, huh?
The ceiling fan was on, and also the things he would do to the Venetian blinds and so on.
Oh Lord, yeah, you're blind.
Yes, he would take the blinds and make them go like an accordion and just sweep them around, but he sort of understood, because I said, if you continue to do that, I'm going to turn off the fan and what have you. But anyway, one hurting thing, I took the kids over to McDonald's. And I think it was his brother and another kid and Brandon, and the kids got on in the play area, and Brandon went to the window. And I tell you, it brought tears to my eyes, because all he was doing is looking at the cars, waving his hand. But that went on and for a while, and until my daughter started showing him different things and doing different things. In fact, even he was able to go to school, and not too much progress, but we saw a little breakthrough.
Oh, tell us about
you don't want to hear about
the incidents
that
at
chair?
School. Yeah, tell us about what was going on and where Brandon was in Miss Scott's class, which was the special education class, and it was called not Early Steps, Head Start. He was in Head Start. Yeah.
Okay. We had the opportunity to visit this teacher, which was one of my former co-workers, and all the kids were seated at the table, but Brandon couldn't keep still. He had to have like one-on-one. And
the para was mostly spending time with the paraprofessional was mostly spending time with him. Yeah.
At least some of the other kids we knew had autism, but at least they were quiet, but Brandon couldn't keep still. He had to walk around the room while the other kids... You don't want me to tell him about the little chair?
Yes, tell him about the chair. Because I know in the system now, they're getting rid of the chair, because they feel that that's an inconvenience to a constriction. But to me, it helped, because even when Brandon would go to sit in a restaurant, if we put him in a chair, he knew the chair, and then he would put the little strap around, and he knew he had to try to sit still, in other words. So it kind of clicked a little bit, but to each his own.
Some parents didn't approve of that technique, but by my knowing this teacher and knew that she would do nothing to harm him,
right.
But anyway, Brandon didn't care.
Right.
Brandon he was strapped in the chair. The chair wasn't heavy, and when Brandon wanted to walk, he walked with the chair. It was really comical. Brandon got up and walked, but he didn't disturb. I noticed he wasn't disturbing the group. He just got up from the group and walked around where the books. He always had a gravitated toward books, I noticed. But anyway, as Brandon progressed after his treatment with Dr. Chris and through my then reading about Dr. Natasha and all of that, and the grandmother and the uncle and the mother changing the diet.
And I remember I would call you after we got with Dr. Chris, and then we read Dr. Natasha's book, and I was telling you the things that were going on with Brandon that was happening so fast. I was going like, Mama, you wouldn't believe this. And I would call you on a daily basis, and I say, I have to get a camera. I have to video this.
And
I have to document this. That's when it began.
Okay. Now, when they visited in Florida.
Yeah. Okay, that was because you hadn't seen Brand. Okay, Brand, he lived here with us until he was 4 years old. Almost 5. He was like 4 hits, and that was in August. They left when he was 4.5 years. So when he got to Atlanta, that November, he saw Dr. Chris that following December. So you did not see Brandon until May of 2008. So they left in August of 2007. So now tell me about
we decided to get them a small table and chair and these, foam letters. And Brandon went to work with his letters. And
was he talking at the time, Mama?
No, he wasn't talking. But he started forming words. And but he could say what the word was.
Like, give me an example. Name some words.
Elephant. That was one. He spelled elephant.
When you asked him the question, he would say, even though he wasn't talking, he would answer. He could do that. He could answer the question.
So I grabbed a pad. He was spitting out words so fast. I just grabbed it. And in fact, I think you put it in the book.
In the book.
I just scratched it because he was doing, and whenever he did one over, I think I scratched it out and so on.
Oh, he spelled like elephant, octopus, popcorn, and then remember the word hiccup? We said, Brandon.
What is that? He said,
Yes.
He said, yeah.
So it's amazing. My daddy was just amazed by it. He was speechless.
Yeah.
He was speechless.
But anyway, we started to see a great breakthrough in Brandon. And as Brandon, that was at 5 years, you say?
Yeah, that was he was 5 years. He was 5 years and December, January, February, March, April, May, and 6 months when you saw him.
So we didn't see him again until the summer. Last summer, right?
Yeah, you didn't see him for a whole year, huh?
Yeah, until last summer.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause this, and we're going to do tell me about the summer of 2009.